These beloved stars made America laugh every week, but half of them are now gone forever. I'm David, and the truth behind what happened to them will break your heart. At the end of the video, I will reveal why the landlords of Three's Company became just as unforgettable as the roommates themselves. Hit that subscribe button right now so you never miss a tribute like this. Richard Kline, Larry Dallas. Richard Kline played Larry Dallas, the smooth-talking best friend who always had a plan and a new date. He was born on April 29, 1944, in New York City. Before fame, he served in the United States Army and then trained hard as a stage actor, taking small television roles. He joined Three's Company as Jack's upstairs neighbor. And fans loved him so much that the small part grew into a full main role. Larry was special because he was a sly ladies' man, yet funny and loyal, which made Jack look sensible next to him. Not every Three's Company star met a sad ending, and this one is still going strong today. On set, he was easygoing and got along with everyone, and his biggest career struggle was being boxed in as the comic sidekick. After the show ended in 1984, he changed direction, working as a stage director and teaching acting to young performers. Unlike many of his fellow stars, he never faced a serious illness, and he stayed married for many years and raised a daughter. The surprise is real. He played a sneaky womanizer, but in life he is a devoted family man and a respected teacher. In 2026, Richard Kline is in his early 80s, alive, and still working in theater.
Look, that restaurant's your dream, and Furley's dream is for somebody to think that he could be you.
Priscilla Barnes, Terry Alden. Priscilla Barnes played Terry Alden, the smart, sometimes sharp-tongued nurse who became the final roommate. She was born on December 7, 1955, in Fort Dix, New Jersey, the daughter of an Air Force major, and grew up moving from base to base. Before acting, she was a dancer, a beauty pageant contestant, and a waitress. She first tried out for the role of Cindy, but was turned down for being too old, then was hired in 1981 as Terry, the permanent replacement for Suzanne Somers. Her character was special because she was clever and confident, giving the blonde role real intelligence. She stepped into the shoes of one of television's biggest stars, and it nearly broke her. Behind the scenes, she was unhappy, and she later called these the 3 worst years of her life, since joining a settled cast felt lonely and tense. Happily, she stayed healthy and faced no major illness. After 1984, her career grew. She became a Bond girl in License to Kill in 1989. Her biggest turning point then appeared in Mallrats and Jane the Virgin. She married actor Ted Monty and stayed close friends with Joyce DeWitt. The quiet surprise, bold and glamorous on screen, she disliked the fame and chose a calm, private life. In 2026, she is alive and mostly retired.
I didn't mean that long. I mean, you type youthfully, and I just meant that. Are you having a nice day?
Don Knotts, Ralph Furley. Don Knotts played Ralph Furley, the silly landlord in loud leisure suits who thought he was a great ladies' man, but never was. He was born Jesse Donald Knotts on July 21, 1924, in Morgantown, West Virginia. As a boy, he performed as a ventriloquist, then served in the Army during World War II before finishing college. He was already a giant star, with 5 Emmy Awards as Barney Fife on The Andy Griffith Show, when he joined Three's Company in 1979. Furley was meant to be small, but Knotts was so funny the writers gave him much more, and his nervous young castmates were almost scared of his fame. He was a true comedy legend long before he ever set foot in that apartment. Behind the laughs, he quietly battled health fears and a serious eye disease for years. He kept working after the show, appearing in Pleasantville and voicing a role in Chicken Little, a lovely late comeback. He married 3 times, his daughter Karen became a comedian, and he was a cousin of director Ron Howard. Don Knotts died on February 24, 2006, at age 81 from lung problems. TV Guide later named him one of the 50 greatest TV stars ever. The gentle truth, the man who played jumpy, nervous characters was shy and kind in real life.
Just think how safe you're going to feel when you go to bed at night, knowing I'll be sleeping right underneath.
Who made you laugh more, Mr. Furley or Mr. Roper? Tell us in the comments. Audra Lindley, Helen Roper. Audra Lindley played Helen Roper, the cheerful wife who always wanted love from her grumpy husband but rarely got it. She was born on September 24th, 1918 in Los Angeles, California. She was a serious, respected actress long before the show, performing on Broadway from 1942 across a career of more than 30 years. Producers wanted an experienced comic actress, so they cast her as Helen, and she wore a wig to create that big, fancy hairstyle. Helen was special because she was bold about wanting romance, with loud gowns and quick, funny lines, which was rare for older women on TV then. A skilled veteran, she lifted every scene she touched, and she found her greatest fame at an age when most actresses are pushed aside. When she and Norman Fell left in 1979 for their own show The Ropers, it failed after 2 seasons, ending her hit run. She still kept acting in TV and films. In real life, she married twice, including actor James Whitmore, and raised 5 children. Helen Roper made her a household name in her late 50s, a wonderful late peak. Audra Lindley died on October 16, 1997, at age 79 from leukemia, the first of the cast we lost. Even now, fans throw Mrs. Roper costume parties to celebrate her.
Danny, why don't you put the salt and pepper and ketchup on your eggs all at once?
Norman Fell, Stanley Roper. Norman Fell played Stanley Roper, the cheap, grumpy landlord who never trusted his young tenants. He was born Norman Noah Feld on March 24, 1924, in Philadelphia. He was a brave World War II tail gunner, then earned a drama degree and built a strong film career in The Graduate, Bullet, and Ocean's 11. He was cast as Stanley partly because he had already played a similar suspicious landlord in The Graduate. Stanley was special for his deadpan timing and the funny, knowing looks he gave straight into the camera, and the role won him a Golden Globe Award in 1979. He was a film veteran among television newcomers, and though he starred in true Hollywood classics. This one grumpy role would follow him for the rest of his life. Sadly, when he left for the spin-off The Ropers, it failed after 2 seasons and he could not return to his old part, leaving him feeling typecast for the rest of his career. He kept taking guest roles, last playing Roper in 1997. He was married 3 times. The painful contrast is clear. A respected dramatic film actor became famous only as a comic landlord, and that quietly hurt him. Norman Fell died on December 14, 1998 at age 74 from cancer, just 1 year after his TV wife passed away. To the public, he stayed Mr. Roper forever.
Bride of Frankenstein, the Ghost of Frankenstein, and Frankenstein meets the Wolfman.
Suzanne Somers, Chrissy Snow. Suzanne Somers played Chrissy Snow, the sweet, giggly blonde who became the breakout star of the show. She was born Suzanne Marie Mahoney on October 16, 1946 in San Bruno, California. Before fame, she was a struggling model and a single mother taking tiny acting jobs to pay her bills. A TV boss saw her on a talk show and hired her just 1 day before the final test episode was filmed. Chrissy made her a star, and her comic timing was far sharper than people gave her credit for. She asked for one fair thing, and it cost her the very role that made her famous. In 1981, she asked to be paid the same as John Ritter and to share in the profits. The network refused, cut her to short phone scenes, then fired her. She did not give up. She built a fortune selling The Thigh Master, wrote more than 20 best-selling books, and starred again on Step by Step. She married Alan Hamill in 1977 and had a son, and she fought breast cancer bravely for many years. Suzanne Somers died on October 15, 2023, 1 day before her 77th birthday. Today, she is seen as an early voice for equal pay.
All right, Jack. Then you tell him. You tell that poor old man he has to get out.
Do you think she was treated unfairly back then? Share your thoughts in the comments. Joyce DeWitt, Janet Wood. Joyce DeWitt played Janet Wood, the sensible, caring roommate who kept the apartment calm when everything fell apart. She was born on April 23, 1949 in Wheeling, West Virginia, and grew up in Indiana. She earned a master's degree in theater and worked on stage before her big break. She was chosen as the steady brunette roommate, and she became so central that she appeared in 170 of the show's 172 episodes, more than anyone except John Ritter. Janet was special as the calm heart of the group, the one who fixed every problem. Behind the scenes, a bitter pay fight involving Suzanne Somers created real tension among the cast. After the show, DeWitt stepped away from Hollywood for years, wanting peace, and she faced a public legal setback in 2009. She was in almost every single episode, yet she chose to vanish from the spotlight when fame was hers for the taking. She later returned with occasional acting, stage work, and reunion specials and supported events honoring John Ritter. She never married and keeps her personal life very private. The gentle surprise is that the most responsible roommate on screen chose the quietest life off it. In 2026, Joyce DeWitt is in her 70s, healthy, still acting, and reportedly has new projects in the works.
No, not at first. So I said, "Do you know who I am?" And he said, "Are you..."
John Ritter, Jack Tripper. John Ritter played Jack Tripper, the lovable, clumsy cook who pretended to be gay so a strict landlord would let him share a flat with two women. He was born Jonathan Southworth Ritter on September 17, 1948, in Burbank, California. His father was the famous singing cowboy Tex Ritter, but John studied acting in college and earned his own fame through hard work and small roles, including The Waltons. He was cast as Jack, and the writers built the show's entire physical comedy around his amazing talent for trips and falls. Jack was special because Ritter could tumble over a sofa and still feel warm, sweet, and completely real. He was the glue of the cast. The stunts were dangerous and the hours long, but he never complained. After the show, he kept shining in the Problem Child films, won awards, and made a strong comeback on 8 Simple Rules in 2002. He married twice, including Amy Yazbek, and was a loving father to 4 children, among them actor Jason Ritter. He was the beating heart of the whole show, and his sudden loss would soon shock the entire world. On September 11th, 2003, while filming, he suddenly fell ill and died that night from a hidden tear in his main artery, aged only 54. His family then started the John Ritter Foundation for Aortic Health, saving lives in his name. The heartbreaking truth, the man who made falling funny was taken by something no one could see inside him.
I know this guy. What he really wants is people to respect him, people to...
The landlord's fans still remember. Stanley Roper, Helen Roper, and Ralph Furley became a huge part of the show's comedy. Norman Fell played Stanley Roper, Audra Lindley played Helen Roper, and Don Knotts later joined as Ralph Furley. All 3 actors have passed away, but their characters still feel alive because each one brought a different kind of humor. Mr. Roper was suspicious, Mrs. Roper was bold and funny, and Mr. Furley was nervous, flashy, and completely unforgettable. These faces shaped television forever, and though many are gone, their laughter never truly fades. Which roommate or landlord did you love the most? Tell me in the comments. And if this tribute touched your heart, subscribe right now, because the next legendary cast we honor is one you will not want to miss.